charts tells us, Denny.
We're ready to go.
Hello, we are the fourth group and our chosen theme is green transformations. For our presentation, we decided to bring some initiatives that are taking place in Brazil and in the United States to give a more practical perspective. Before we start, we find it interesting to point out some points of view that predominate when we thinking about combining sustainability with economy. Yes, please. There is the traditional perspective, which is sustainable development as an obstacle to the economy, values results on the short and medium term, focus environmental responsibility on some agents, uses quantitative variables to measure progress, such as GDP, productivity. On the other hand, there is the perspective called here as green growth policy paradigm, which values an integrated view of environmental problems, understands that environmental preservation is a key factor in leveraging the economy and is everyone's responsibility. When we talk about green transformations, it's impossible not to talk about sustainability. And this term, in its definition, implies considering the social, environmental, and also economic spheres. So let's try to look, please, Bess. Let's try to look at all these initiatives below from these three main aspects. Lucas?
Well, one of the main initiatives that happens in Brazil with this sustainable approach is integration of crops, livestock, and forests. This initiative combats deforestation with innovative approaches in agriculture while generating more profit at the same time with other activities. While the yield of ICLF systems may not be the same as regular agriculture, some studies point out that it's possible to have 6 times less land is required to achieve it. This reduces the pressures entailed by demand for new production areas and thus helps to combat deforestation. This system also offers economic benefits for the farmers. They do not have to maintain as much land as can, invest less in herbicide and pesticides. On top of this, farmers also contribute to reducing greenhouse gas emissions.
And in Brazil, there is a plan, a public policy plan that gives credit to the farmers that implement this system, this integrated system.
Hello, my name is Erick Cervantes, and today I want to talk about the advantages of hydroponic and aquaponic systems. So hydroponic systems are systems that allow plants to grow in a closed loop system without soilless media in an enclosed space with less amount of resources, and we get more yield in less amount of time. So if I could go ahead and show you guys. This is a hydroponic lettuce facility. We grow lettuce in 50 days in the summer, and in an average field, it will take you about 120 days to 110. So we're definitely cutting down time. It's sustainable because it takes least amount of water as the water is recycled and the nutrients are being applied straight into the plant. As climate change continues, indoor growing is going to be a key factor in feeding the world. Thank you.
Well, another interesting approach that we can have in Brazil while producing tropical fruits is the sustainable Brazilian alternatives for palm oil. Palm oil is a very predominant tropical fruit for energy and oil production, but it damages a lot the environment. So Brazil has 3 great alternatives for it, which is Tucumã, Carnaúba, and Castanha do Brasil. Those oils are very demanded by the industry. So if Brazil invests in these native plants, we can reach a new approach for the industry of agricultural products.
And also use this oil to biodiesel. And another, when we talk about agriculture transformation, green transformation, we cannot think only about food. We have to think about fibers and also feed to the livestock, and energy. Alternative is this bioenergy made of sugarcane. We have a long history of using it here in Brazil, but now we are developing a new kind of sugar cane that is specific. It's called energy cane. And it can be planted in degraded soil, and Brazil has a lot of soil that is already degraded. It's the equivalent of the whole France. Next. To have a green transformation, we need to implement a new type of economy, a circular bioeconomy, to ensure food and nutrition to everybody, not leaving anyone behind, maintaining the natural resources, the water, the biodiversity, tackling the climate change, and reducing our dependence on fossil fuels and substituting it by carbon from biobased, from photosynthesis. And this also having in mind that we need a economy that is thrilling with lots of green jobs and can bring competitiveness, especially to Brazil, because we are one of the best placed countries to lead this international green transition. Next. Bye-bye.
We thank you for your attention.